Okay, so um, I, I've forgotten the number now, but I think my personal record, possibly a world record, is I want to say six, maybe six and a half, seven times, um, where I got something going on in my head. So it could be daydreaming, thinking about something. Usually for me, it's I'm trying to solve something I'm thinking about, and I miss my exit. So you turn around, the next exit you get off, and I think my record is six or seven times, literally. Yeah, so I miss it. I turn around, scold myself, commit not to do it again, get it, get back on, then miss it again, scold myself harder, really, really commit, and I think six or seven times. I'm like 4 hours late. Um, and the analogy here is using that. I think we've all had that sort of experience where and it might be a smaller thing where you walk into a room, forgot what you're there for, and when you leave the room, you remember, and that's our. But I'll think about that exit off the road kind of idea, and I think if let's say those two exits are, let's say, 10 miles apart, and I overshoot, so I go to the end, I go back 10 miles, get on. I think 10 miles is enough time to return to the daydreaming or the thought or the music you're listening to or whatever it is, and then you basically have the same problem. And I would say to you, if it's happening in those 10-minute or 10-mile interval exits, it would be somewhat less likely to happen if the exits were a mile apart, right? And I haven't run that experiment, but it seems to me that you scold yourself, you make a commitment, but then you have enough time to kind of go back to your sort of mode of being anxious, being into the music, thinking about a thing, daydreaming, whatever. And same problem recurs. And I was thinking about this in terms of sometimes we're having an issue with a move in our martial arts form, right? We're doing Tai Chi right now, and you say, okay, I got to try it again. Let me go back a few moves. And then we approach the move, but we overshoot our exit, right? We make the same mistake again. And we scold ourselves and we go back and we recommit and then we do, and then perhaps again, how am I doing this again? We start again. And I would say that in a form, you might have a bunch of different exits, a bunch of different moves. And it could be that if we go back to move B, because we keep making a mistake on move M, maybe instead of going back to move B, because between B and M is plenty of time for me to return to that, whatever I was, inattentiveness, maybe go back to move K so that while I'm fresh in the scolding and commitment, the exit is there. So it could be possible that going back too far makes it an additional challenge. But I would say that that's not really what I would propose as the ultimate solution. The ultimate solution is not to make it easier for you not to reveal the error of your ways. It's actually to remain present, to pay attention to what you're doing, use your sensations, guide your mind in the delivery of the task at hand. It isn't make it less. So, for example, a meditator might get distracted, and so they spend a lot of energy and time, maybe money, resources, to keep distractions out. Add insulation, put a slow children playing sign on the street, draw the curtains, make the walls bare. And really, the answer is to be better able to guide the mind to the task at hand. It's not to keep away the things that challenge it. So I think that if we're really following the correct, I guess, prescription, it would be stay present no matter what exit you get on. you're staying present so you don't overshoot the exit. But perhaps a temporary fix or an interesting way to kind of test this proposition is don't go back to 4 moves before, go back to 2 moves before, and see if uh, you can stay committed and present up to the point of the thing you're working on. Yeah, that would be an example. Yeah, that might be just that little bit easier. But I think the main takeaway is don't take a car ride with me. You'll never get there.
So just a brief, possibly unnecessary addendum. I think sort of the short lesson to be drawn from this idea is, use care if you give yourself too much lead up to an error. Because a greater lead up may invite more impresence, more distraction. So, something to consider. Thanks.